Hello, this is Deborah Yao with Black Education TV. I wanted to discuss the winning of the Eagles. They won, they got their victory, and now they have taken to the streets and they are tearing things up. The fans, that is. The fans are tearing things up. As you see, there are many videos circulating the internet where property is being destroyed, vehicles are being destroyed, street lights are being destroyed, bricks are being thrown through windows, just destruction and mayhem. And it is being called a celebration. Their favorite team wins. And so there's this quietness, there's this hushing that I hear around the nation with all the loudness of the celebration. It is not being called what it is. Looting, destruction of property, vandalism, civil unrest. It's not being called any of that. It's just merely being called a celebration. Now, you may have a few online sources here and there that may call it what it is, but for the most part, mainstream media is not calling it what it is. But guess what, you all? Nothing new. This is the way it has always been. You see, when certain groups of people do things, it has a whole different narrative than when another group of people do things. If you are so-called African American, if you so much as scream above a whisper at an injustice, something terrible has happened, someone was killed, unarmed, whatever, it is called looting, destruction of property. Oh, they're destroying their own neighborhoods and things of that nature. But when the Eagles win, it's not titled as such, although the same things are happening. Fires are being set, car windows are being broken out, business windows are being broken out, street lamps are being yanked down, awnings are falling to the ground, cars are being flipped over, fires are being set. But it is not called civil unrest. Boys will be boys, you see. The thing that I wanted to point out is that many people are shocked, and you see the comments where they'll say, well, we all know that had this been a bunch of black people, that there would be arrest and people would be tased and all kinds of things would be taking place. Well, haven't we been seeing the same things playing out over and over and over and over and over again for decades now, for centuries? And for many of us, it's no longer shocking. And we simply cover these stories to point it out to those who are living in La La Land. You see, a lot of people are still in La La Land. They think that there's an even playing field. They don't consider this to be a country of double standards. They believe that all is equal because they are living under a delusion. And so you have those of us who will point these things out just to kind of shake you out of your drunken stupor so that you can realize what is taking place. But for our people, what I want you to realize is don't join in to these celebrations. I saw some of our people mixed into the crowd, just kind of like acting shocked, like, wow, I can't believe what I'm actually seeing. Right there down in the crowd. But you see who it is who's actually doing all the climbing of buildings and poles and knocking poles down and just doing all this ruckus type stuff, right? You see who the majority of them are, but yet you are there in the crowd. Get yourself home. Get somewhere and sit it down and watch it on television. Because you know that if you have your behind down there in the crowd, that you might be the one getting arrested if there's any arrest to take place. We need to get our act together and not join into other people's mayhem. If you're one of those who can't see that things are not even or equal across the board, then, like I said, you are in La La Land. We need to focus on being right as a people instead of joining into the other people's nonsense. Instead of being shocked when nothing happens to those who are doing some of the same things you see your own people doing. Don't be shocked by these things any longer. Just understand what is taking place. This is Bible prophecy being fulfilled. The scripture told us that our possessors will slay us and find themselves not guilty. And it also told us that they would say, oh, who can bring me down? You see, there's this boastful pride behind all of their actions. And so what we've got to do is quietly observe and keep ourselves in the clear. That's what we've got to do. You can't afford to blend in with the crowd and get caught up in their madness. You can't afford to do that. You have to stay in the clear. So my message to our people is don't be shocked. Just observe. Keep your hands clean. Stay out of trouble. Go home and sit down somewhere. You don't need to be down there celebrating because the Eagles won. Okay? And with that, I will say shalom.